Hello, welcome to Intuition with Marnie Lynn. How are you today? I'm doing really good. Today I'm going to continue, and this should be the last day that I'm going to be talking about passive-aggressive, toxic people. Now remember, they can be family members, they can be co-workers, they can be friends. We're just talking about passive-aggressive, toxic people. So what we have talked about is how you feel after you have been around these people. How do you feel about yourself after you are around these people? Do you talk about others behind their back like these people do? And today what I want to talk about is being true to your word. So if you say you're not going to do something, you have to be prepared to not do what it is you've said you're not going to do. So for me, I have made it, and I work very hard at this, is having my word as law unto me. So if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. It may take a little while to do it. The time frame is not always like 1, 2, 3. The time frame can be spread out longer than what the passive-aggressive, toxic person has heard me say. So it is very important that when I speak my truth, that I always follow through on my truth. It's very important. So if you say no, you mean no. And if you still have to be involved with these people, have a backup plan. So if you're going to be going to an event, don't get yourself stuck in a position where you have to rely on someone getting you there and back from the event. Have it set up that you have your own wheels, your own means of transportation, money to pay for a cab or an Uber to get you home, have somebody come to pick you up. Have it set up that you do not have to rely on these people for getting to and from the event. I know this sounds kind of silly, but when you're going on a date, a blind date with somebody, don't you have a set backup plan? Well, being around these people too, I really believe that a backup plan is so essential that this event that's come up that I've said, no, I'm not interested in, there is no way I can have a backup plan. I'd have to go to another city, leave Leela, and be away from home and no control over my environment, the transportation to and from, nothing. I would have control over nothing. And I will not go through that because I would come back from an event like that devastated. And in the past, I would have been devastated for months, let's say days, weeks, months, and even years. So for me, I made the line in the sand and I said no, and that's the end of it. But it's very important to have a backup plan of how to get away from these people so you're safe. Being safe is so important, especially for those of us with DID. And when you tell these, when you're in a position and feel comfortable enough to share with these people your mental health issues, as I have done with these passive-aggressive, toxic people that I am talking about in my life, I have told them my mental health issues and have been ridiculed, laughed at, shoo-shooed off about it. So for me, that is why the backup plan is very important. And for me to just say no and not get involved with them. that is going to be the easiest and best thing I can do for myself, is not get involved with them. I think the next topic we should talk about is bullies, because these people fit in and under the heading of bullies. But I think bullies is much broader than just passive-aggressive people. I think bullies, and I grew up in a household of 4 bullies, plus myself. So I know what bullying is like, what it feels like, what it does to your self-esteem. So I think next week we'll talk about bullies. I've been going through some of my notes. I have binders full of different topics that I have come up with over the years, and I was reading one topic that I wrote about in 2018, I believe. And when I have written something, I always leave space at the bottom, so when I come across it again, I can write down the date and what I've learned from just reading the passage, or what I have learned since I read it the last time. And the stuff that I was reading about today, I think it calls for having a topic about bullies, which I'll stretch out over a few days. I'm still working it out in my mind how I want to do that. I'm taking the elephant card deck again. It's just sitting here on my desk, and my desk has spread out from the T-wagon sitting out in front of me to a computer desk behind that has stacks of books and binders. That was weird. I just had an emergency broadcast pop up on my screen, and that was weird. So anyways, I have this is what I reached over to get, my clapper. This is so handy when you're using more than one camera. So if you have a camera, which I will be having set up above looking down on cards, then I can line them both up when I'm editing, so it's all together. A lot of fun. I adore making a video every day. It is keeping me on my toes and how I act around other people. I still hear myself talking negatively about some people in my environment, but I think that's just an altar that isn't working on themselves. And there are a few in my system, or I'm sorry, in my apartment building. It takes time. Healing takes time. Some people can heal quickly, some people can't heal quickly. I want to know what the energy is like for everyone watching the video right now. Tongue-tied. Get nervous, tongue-tied, and start stuttering. Here's the card. Some people will come into your life, but for a moment, grasshopper. Say hello, have a visit, then let them go. Simple. Grandfather. Some people that come into your life are for you to learn a lesson or to understand, put more clarity on a situation that's happening into your life. Or they just come in to share a happy moment with you, touch base, whatever. Everything has a meaning. There's a purpose for everything that's happening. Thank you for spending some time with me. I always feel good about myself after I have spent some time with you. And please like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so you know every time I put up a new video. And I put up a new video every day. So I'll say bye for now. Have a great day. And I'll see you tomorrow.